Hello and welcome to your daily dose of Satoshi's news. Today's date is Sunday, the 2nd of March 2025, the year BSV comes alive. Experience the best of both worlds today at betbitcoinsv.com, the best casino and sports betting on chain. Have a little flutter in private using the original protocol and genuine Bitcoin. Right, let's see what we got today. Check this out. Gene Hackman and his wife found dead at their home. I mean, and this comes like not really too long after... Well, so not too long. It was 2010 when Randy Quaid came out and said there was a mainstream media sort of a mafia that were going around. Well, he called them star whackers going around. But, you know, the deep state are getting desperate, yeah, with the release of the Epstein files and all this kind of stuff. I mean, they're getting dangerous. They're getting real dangerous. Just going to go through some of my Twitter feed there because it's quite interesting. There's this post here that Donald Trump put out. Literally, the crypto market's gone a little bit wild. All the coins are pumping at the moment, so we'll touch on that. I've got some significant Bitcoin event. Well, just a continue of the timeline of significant Bitcoin events. Added a little bit to that. And then another one of a timeline of significant Craig Wright events. We've just got some 365 days of Bitcoin history, and then we'll go through the figures as per usual. Right then, let's get into it.
Satoshi, like a cowboy in the West, riding on the blockchain that they call the very best. 1 million strong, and transactions flying free. Just wait for the terror node, you'll surely see.
Alright, here we go. So this is just a breaking news. Gene Hackman and wife found dead at their home. Authorities say there's no immediate sign of foul play, but an investigation is ongoing. Gene Hackman, a Hollywood icon, won 2 Oscars from The French Connection and The Unforgiven, leaving behind a legacy spanning 6 decades. Details remain scarce, with officials awaiting a search warrant to determine the cause of death. So it's not only Gene Hackman, it's also his wife. His wife was found on her side in the bath. He was found sprawled all over the living room floor. They're saying that there might be carbon monoxide poisoning, but the doors have been left open. The dogs said they were just like wagging their tails, like nothing had happened. Really, really odd. But people are saying that Gene Hackman was just getting fed up of the deep state and the FBI, you know, washing all these files about Epstein and all that. Did he know too much? That's what people are saying. That's what the people's voice is saying. It wouldn't surprise me. And again, this kind of like follows Randy Quaid. Let's just have a quick listen to this.
Quaid and his wife Evie missed a court appearance in Santa Barbara, California this week because they are in Canada seeking asylum, they say, for their protection.
We believe there are to be a malignant tumor of star whackers in Hollywood.
The Quaids believe that people are singling out celebrities to either steal their fortunes or kill them. They believe David Carradine, who was found hanged in a Bangkok hotel room, and Heath Ledger, who died of a drug overdose, were victims of the same murderous conspiracy.
I believe these actors were whacked.
The Quaids are facing charges of trespassing and vandalism.
Again, what was that? One Direction singer that fell over the balcony, 3 stories up in a hotel in South America. Did songs and had a kid with Liam Payne. Yeah, Liam Payne, another one. You know, all of us in BSV are going to have to be really careful when you know, if things go the way they go, because this lot are dangerous. They're real dangerous. Like, whoa. The reason I actually wanted to bring that up about Randy Quaid is because there were more. Actually, I'll see if I can find it. Actually, I'm sure I've got it. Here. So a video by Randy Quaid. Hold on, where he actually mentions that they're in control of the banks. Here we go. Let's have a quick look. This is the one.
The last 20 years, my wife Evie and I have been the victims of criminal activities perpetrated by a small network of individuals who are out to destroy us personally, professionally, and financially. This network of individuals is manipulating the banking system and the criminal justice system for the purposes of sabotaging our credit and our credibility. Up until a year ago, Evie and I had never had any run-in with the law whatsoever. We are not criminals, nor are we fugitives from justice.
There we go. I mean, look at that. So he knows that the deep state are manipulating the banking system and all sorts. They're everywhere. Like, whoa, you know, I mean, that's why the banking system needs to be taken down. It is literally criminal. Criminal. Whew, dangerous stuff. Right, let's have a look at my Twitter feed. So obviously we've got to talk on here. Concerned citizen said, when you meet your real boss, you always wear a suit. Because obviously he didn't bother wearing a suit meeting Donald Trump going to the Oval Office. Absolutely outrageous. So I'm going to read this article soon about President Trump says crypto reserve will include Sol, XRP and ADA. Yeah, I mean, just more shenanigans about the insurance system in the United States is crazy. We'll touch on this little video. I thought this is quite good. A guy quoted it saying, the king has got one more move. And I said, Bitcoin is the king. Terranode is the move. We've got one more move left to escape, to basically escape the deep state, really. Loving this from Paul Hewitt. Goes under the name of Dragon. He said, working on selling coffee for BSV. Check it out. You've got to love that. You have got to love that. In fact, that's going to be my thumbnail for this show. Loving that. The Illuminati bot said the Clinton Global Initiative exposed in front of Congress. It was just phenomenal what they've been exposed as doing. You know, I mean, just unbelievable. Posted here above Joshua Hensley's tweet saying the bottom is in, because he's saying like BSV is dead, and it looks like Jack Lew has jumped on the bandwagon as well, saying based on all conversations I've had with people within BSV and the wider crypto community, it appears that BSV is dead, and I'm one of the last one. I'm one of the last to accept it. What? Like you're saying that everyone's accepted it? I don't think so. So I've just said, yeah, that's right. BSV is dead, and Satoshi Nakamoto is real. Honestly, all these shysters trying to gaslight people about BSV, you know, that's pretty much all it is. Shall I have a quick listen to this one about this painting in the Louvre called Checkmate? Here we go.
In the museum in the Louvre, I don't know how many of you have ever been there. The picture is called Checkmate. The devil's sitting on this side. There's a chessboard, and there's a guy sitting on the other side. And the guy sitting on the other side has his hand on his head like this. And he's like in desperation. And as they were taking a tour through the Louvre, there had been a group of athletes, and particularly world champions, that were being given a special tour. And in the tour was the world chess champion. And he comes walking by the picture. Yeah, and the guy's expression. But he said, I noticed something on the chessboard. He said, either they're going to have to change the painting, or they're going to have to change the name. And the guy said, well, why are they going to have to do that? He said, well, you know, I'm a world champion chess player. And he said, when I observed the board, I found out the king still has one more move. I come to tell somebody today, you believe you've been cornered. You believe everything is gone and nothing has got any hope. But the king still has one more move.
There we go. The king still has one more move. Bitcoin is the king and Terranode is the move. That's literally all we've got. We've got one more move against the deep state. You know, yeah, it's worrying, but it's exciting. Let's just embrace it. We have still got a move left. Is your glass half empty or half full? We have got one more move, you know, and Terranode is the move. Like, whoa. Well, I talk about, I mean, crazy times that we're living in, you know. And, yeah, talking about the one more move, well, I've just done these timelines of Craig, so we'll go through those in just a second. But before we get to that, we shall read this article here about Donald Trump. Here we go. Cointelegraph said, President Trump says crypto reserve to include BTC, ETH, Sol, XRP, ADA. There might be a few others, however. So let's have a look at this. The president's language surrounding a Bitcoin strategic reserve has shifted dramatically since his Bitcoin 2024 keynote address. United States President Donald Trump recently announced that the President's Working Group on Digital Assets has been directed to include XRP, Solana, and Cardano's ADA in the Crypto Strategic Reserve. The President later added Gregcoin and Ether to the list of cryptocurrencies to be included in the reserve in an appended post stating that they would be the heart of the reserve. Whoa, and that's kind of like sent the market into a little bit of a frenzy here. Let's see what this is. So we started off with this one saying a US crypto reserve will elevate this critical industry after years of corrupt attacks by the Biden administration, which is why my executive order on digital assets directed the Presidential Working Group to move forward on a crypto strategic reserve that includes XRP, Sol, and ADA. I will make sure the US is the crypto capital of the world. We're making America great again. And then he's updated it by saying, and obviously BTC and ETH, as other valuable cryptocurrencies, will be at the heart of the reserve. I also love Bitcoin and Ethereum. Oh, I also love Bitcoin and Ethereum. So, and obviously BTC. So he's not referring. It sounds like he's already mentioned BTC. He said obviously BTC. So I also love Bitcoin and Ethereum, where he's also mentioned Ethereum as well. Yeah. Oof. I mean, there was something about the forks being included in that as well. Like, jeepers, you know, who knows? Trump previously promised to establish a strategic national Bitcoin stockpile at the Bitcoin 2024 conference in Nashville, Tennessee. Trump told the audience during the keynote speech, he said, if I'm elected, I'll be it will be the policy of my administration, the United States of America, to keep 100% of all the Bitcoin the government currently holds or acquires into the future. We will keep 100%. Quote here, I hope you do well at least. This will serve in effect as the core of the strategic national Bitcoin stockpile, the president continued. The US President's language on a Gregcoin strategy stockpile has shifted following his Jan 23rd executive order directing the group to establish a digital asset stockpile, which angered Bitcoin maximalists. Well, a Gregcoin maximalist, they're going to get angry anyway. Trump signs executive order, but it isn't what Gregcoin maxis expected. President Trump signed the executive order directing the working group on digital assets to study the feasibility of a national crypto reserve and to explore a regulatory framework of stablecoins. The executive order also banned the research and development of central bank digital currency in the United States. Whoa! Following the Jan 23rd order, Bitcoin maxis vented their frustration with the vague language of the order and the potential inclusion of other digital assets in the reserve. Yeah, because they just want their own shitcoin in there. Raise your hand if you think Donald Trump should make the national digital asset stockpile Bitcoin owner. That's Gregcoin. Walker, host of the Gregcoin podcast, wrote on X. Pierre Rochard, the vice president of the research at mining company at Wright Platforms, also called out the language of the executive order, which deviated from President Trump's earlier promises to Gregcoiners. President Trump will host the first White House Crypto Summit on March 7th to discuss the future of crypto regulatory policy in the United States with industry executives and the Digital Asset Working Group. Right, and we'll have a look at the figures in a minute because they've gone wild after that. Right, so I just added here on the timeline of significant events. This is one I was couldn't quite think of. We got corruption on the 15th of November 2018. The Bitcoin chain was split again, and BCH added Schnorr signatures. So basically scrambling the signatures or shortening the signatures, but there's no longer a full signature available, so you can't validate the transaction with it, which basically makes the entire chain useless and economically worthless. And they can't go back on it. They've effed it up forever. So the original protocol and genuine Bitcoin has just simply now got the ticker symbol BSV. It just continues. That's it. So obviously this was the timeline of commoditization from 31st of October up until 1st of Jan 2020, which is when the Tulip Trust containing the Satoshi coins were scheduled to be returned back to Craig Wright on the 1st of January 2020. So let's have a look at the timeline of significant Craig Wright events. So after that date, again, so it was actually the 14th of January 2020, There was confirmation that the keys to the Tulip Trust containing the Satoshi coins were returned to Dr. Wright via bonded courier. So that was the 14th of January. So again, Craig couldn't really do anything until then. And then the following year, on the 28th of June 2001, London's High Court grants Craig Wright via default judgment copyright ownership of the Bitcoin white paper. And then on the 6th of December 2021 of the same year, a Florida jury found that Craig Wright did not owe half of 1.1 million Bitcoins to the family of David Klimas. So in other words, they were all his. He owns and controls these Satoshi coins. They are rightfully his. Then on the 1st of August 2022, the UK High Court Judge Martin Chamberlain ruled that comments made by podcaster Peter McCormack calling Dr. Craig Wright a liar and a fraud in 2019 caused serious harm to Wright's reputation and made him front up all of Craig's court costs. Then a year after that, August 23rd, 2023, High Court Judge Justice James Miller agreed that Dr. Wright expended substantial skill and judgment in creating the Bitcoin file format, and Dr. Wright devised and created the Bitcoin file format in the course of writing the code for the Bitcoin system. That's what he said, literally on the 23rd of August 2023. And then on the 20th of May 2024, the following year, the game Justice Miller, or Judge Edward James Miller, released his written judgment declaring that Dr. Wright was not Satoshi Nakamoto and did not start the Bitcoin network, despite a year earlier saying that he expended, this was Craig Wright, expended substantial skill and judgment creating the Bitcoin file format and in the course of writing the code for the Bitcoin system. Honestly, it's an absolute shit show, an utter shit show is what we're in, corrupt as hell, you know. And again, there's like Randy Quaid was saying, and unfortunately Gene Hackman and his wife have just found out. Jeepers. Right, let's get into some 365 days of Bitcoin issue. We're now the 2nd of March 2014. A New York athletics club, judo, awarded their winner 3 Bitcoin. Let's have a look at this. Check it out. Yeah, 2nd of March. The winners were awarded 3 Bitcoin. That was Greg Coin back then, so that's now worth almost $300,000. And in 2014, they weren't worth anywhere near that at all. So good for them. Good for them. On the 2nd of March 2016, CoinDesk wrote a report here saying a new fund aims to bring Bitcoin mining profits to high net worth investors. Yeah. You know, just talking about mining profitability because it wasn't really going anywhere because there aren't any, there are no transactions on the network. Or in 2016, 2nd of March, the Verve also wrote this post saying Bitcoin's nightmare scenario has come to pass. Over the last year and a half, a number of prominent voices in the Gregcoin community have been warning that the system needed to make fundamental changes to its core software code to avoid being overwhelmed by the continued growth of the Bitcoin transactions. So again, they know the transactions are going. Did they do anything about it? No, they didn't. They were like, oh, hold on a minute, just give us a bit of time. 18 months, we'll create a brand new system, but this one ain't going anywhere. We're just going to keep the soft block cap in place so no one can use it. There was strong disagreement within the community, however, about how to solve this problem, or if the problem would ever materialize. I mean, what a load of shenanigans that one is. And I remember this girl here, where she did a YouTube channel on how they basically corrupted Bitcoin, and it was a really good investigation. And YouTube took her video down. It's outrageous. I wish I'd recorded it. I went to look for it and realised the video had been taken down. I was just like, oh, gutted. I mean, she did a great deep dive into what was really going on and who did what about Blockstream and all that. Really good, really good. Right, what was that? Just Bitcoin Magazine. Bitcoin Price History 2009-2005. Oh, yeah, I'm not going to go on for that. Right, let's have a look at this then. So we've got Gregcoin at $93,000. So that's gone up from sort of 84 as it was the other day. Got B Crash, what a joke. Fish Crash, Hash, who cares? Bitcoin is now up to $37. That was just 34 the other day, so not really too much, but still in terms of percentages increase, it's still quite a bit. Let's have a look at a difficulty adjustment. Yeah, still the same as it was yesterday. Second all-time high levels. Hash rate, yep, still plodding along there nicely. Bcrash just recovering a little bit. Transactions going up on Bitcoin here. 244 over 24-hour period. Cross-reference that with what's on chain. 76,660. All right. Let's have a look at that on the Bitcoin fork. So we've got transactions. Oh, they've gone up. So representing now 21.6%, but 88% of the block size. Come on. Let's see what's happening. Yeah, we got 272 or 253 megabyte block in that column of 30 there. So there's more data in one of those blocks than there is in the entire column of Gregcoin. No blocks over a megabyte on Bcrash, and Fisher Price Cash still struggling to get all their blocks over a kilobyte, let alone anywhere near a megabyte. 80,000 times cheaper to transact on Bitcoin than Gregcoin. Mining Bitcoin at a 57% comparable loss. 2.4% more profitable to mine on Fisher Price Cash. Minus 4.5% profitability to mine on Bcrash. So you are now looking at 6.9. So it's 6.9% overall more profitable to mine on Fisher Price Cash than than Bcrash. Let's have a look at the politics in the pie charts, because that's where they are. Global hash rate 7 days. Global hash rate 24 hours. Gregcoin hash rate other miners 2.08. Bcrash, what joke. Fisher Price Cash, who cares? Bitcoin, we'll have to cross-reference this with what's on chain. Whoa, QD Link at 30.4. Kuv 27.5. Tau down at third 21.1. SA100 increasing hash rate on the network 13.7. Gorilla Pool also 7.25. That looks pretty good. CryptoPort, look, the exchanges, they're still cashing out of Gregcoin. Don't want to be holding that when the music stops. Let's see what's going on with Tether weather. Oh, look at that. They've pumped the market. I don't believe it. Well, actually, I do actually believe it. So it's gone from 142 up to, where are we now? 142.4. So 300 million is what they pumped in, just to maybe try and give BTC the little boost against all the other coins. So 300 million is what's gone in, literally just today. Yeah, pump their bags. Let's have a look at the short ratios then. Yes, because the price has shot up there. Short ratios down to under 1% at 0.73. It's to be expected, really. Binance futures 4.7 million. That's not really all that many, really. Upbit 2 million. Zedixian 7.3 million. Yeah, right. Let's have a cross-reference that with Zedixian. Here we go. 24-hour trade volume 6.8 million. Huobi 24-hour trade volume 3.7 million. That's gone down, despite the price going up. Let's have a look at Bitcoin versus Gregcoin. Oh, so it looks like Gregcoin moved first, unfortunately, on this occasion. It's not usually like that, but anyhow, let's have a look at Bitcoin versus USD. Oh, look at that, yeah. So that's been moving, but it's just Gregcoin has had more of an acceleration. Cross-reference that with the orange gateway. Yeah, Bitcoin versus USD had a pop up there, and just cross-reference that against the Mac Daddy. Yeah, losing out against Gregcoin. But then Tether has pumped $300 million into the market just this afternoon to try and give it the edge. Whoa, average transaction fee. Oh my goodness me, look at this. It's not even there. So tenth, hundreds, thousands, 10,000s, lower than 10,000ths of a cent per transaction on Bitcoin. Current TPS 0.9. We've got 3 transactions per second on Gregcoin. Bcrash 0.2. Very good. Right, let's have a look at the overall market. So it's over $3 trillion. So it was it 2.7? So like 300 billion. 300 billion literally just shoved in, like literally just right now. See that line going up? That's after Donald Trump's post about the US crypto reserve. Oh dear. But the thing is though, he's making a move. So how fast will he make a move out of there? When they realise the truth, the rumours start going, and the utility on the chain starts popping up. Yeah, that's what you got to wonder. So oh yeah, 24 hours. So literally, like Grey coins just popped up 9%. Literally just this afternoon. Trade volume just 2.9, representing $54 billion. Nothing compared to what is in store to maybe crush that thing. Yeah, Ethereum up 11%. Oh, XRP up 30%. Go 30%. 30%. Mind you, it shows you how like sort of volatile the market can be, really. I wonder what the biggest gainer is. ADA up almost 60%. 60% on Cardano. Honestly, Charles Hoskins is going to have some serious explaining to do when his shitcoin and all the others like go down the pan. Literally, there's so many of them. Well, what are they going to do? Like, I think it's like safety in numbers. There's there's so many criminals that we can't discriminate and we can't lock you all up. But yeah, the market's going to be after them. Questions are going to have to be asked. Why did you create this shitcoin? You must have known it was a shitcoin before you started it. Yeah. And you didn't, and you still went ahead and did it. 20% for Sol. Oh yeah, 6% ADA. 10% wrapped BTC. Who cares? 20% Algo. Oh my god. 11% FET. 13% Sand. I mean, can you believe it? 21% Radium. Give me a break. With has gone up like 29%. Seriously. And Bitcoin literally just 6.7. Again, anything to distract shitcoiners away from it. Oh my goodness, we look IOTA. Where's that like coming out of no one? Up 30%. What an absolute joke. An absolute joke that is. Anyway, there we go. That's a 27-minute show. Quite enjoyed that one. Hope you enjoyed it as well. So if you enjoyed these updates, please ding your donations for your appreciation to either Satoshi at Sembi.com, Handcash.io, Simply.cash, Relator.com, RockWallet.me or Senti.ch. We'll leave it there. Hope you enjoyed it. As ever, be aware, take care, stay safe out there, and we'll see you in the next one.